NG Blue would be better off bringing Zuniaki in against Team Troublem.
This is the question, right? So the Shadow player, actually, yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
Oh, but they got counter-picked. They read the swap. Beautiful from Troublem.
Like
and I'm not actually sure who's on the Warlock. I think it must be Pancake, actually. We haven't seen Pancake's Warlock once. We've never seen this in a tournament. So this is the ultimate test. They must feel incredibly confident. And of course, the matchup is one that the FLS generally people accept is maybe has a slight advantage. So Kavi, he swaps up. He's opening onto Minpoike on that ult Paladin. Zuniaki and Raikou, they're going to have to come up huge for NG Blue because ultimately at the minute, Minpoike taking a lot of damage, dropping low already. The pre-tremor gets killed on Rana. They're going to swap it over onto Rana. The full Horrify comes out. He actually gets the Dispel on that. Beautiful Dispel by Barbie
But
Grill.
it might not matter. He's still to be really low. It might just not matter. Caught into the silence. He needs to drink it! No! They won the mind game, but NG Blue knew the strategy. The same way that Zuniaki was able to take some games against the Lock Shamans in, I believe, 2014.
The Shadow isn't a free win for Ret Hunter either, so Troublem could potentially just stick to their Ret Hunter now the entire way through, and then they could challenge the Shadow or the RMD of NG Blue. We'll have to see what the options are. We see the same compositions locked in. We're not too surprised about this. No. NG Blue sticking to the Shadow that worked. Troublem going for their counter pick, which of course we didn't really get to see in action last game. Kavi blinking in, gets onto Zuniaki, but not too much happening this early.
No, not yet. Raikou caught into a Cyclone, so Kavi's looking to slow down the pressure as he switches to Minpoike. I wonder if they're going to go after Kavi. He's very overextended, out of line of sight of Rana. Rana's trying to ground a deep freeze there. He doesn't manage to find it, though. Raikou looking for some sheeps. Not able to get those either. Now Kavi looking for a Cyclone. Cyclone's up Zuni, so Kavi's doing a good job of kind of displacing Northern Gaming. Well, one of them is always in CC, so they're unable to commit their attack. Zuni wants to get a Fear on Rana. He pre-tremored the Fear. Really well played from Rana. He knew that what was coming. Minpoike actually deciding to bop himself to deal with the incarnation, so he will remove the stuns as they set up over onto Rana. He just trinkets and drops the Spirit Link on that Fist of Justice. It's usually expected. Northern Gaming Blue's composition in that first attack, the first burst that they do, is the highest amount of damage that they can get because everything lines up so well. Yeah,
Pancake used the double. He dispelled and he summoned a new pet so he could dispel again. Unluckily, did not dispel the CC, so Rana having to use that Trinket Link. They actually tried to swap it over a little bit onto Pancake there with the silence onto Rana, so that's actually not going to be available for a little while, which is slightly unfortunate for NG Blue. I feel like maybe they could have held on to that cooldown. We see the second Dark Soul now coming out from Pancake on the Warlock. He actually gets feared up on his own, so again the fear does not quite land onto Tanner. Can they land the sheep? They do so. So this actually is a lot of trouble for Pancake. He trinkets out, uses the Dark Regeneration. Minpoike also taking a lot of pressure, bashed up on the Aura Mastery. Second bop comes out, unable to use that bubble for 30 seconds. They don't unfortunately land the full Cyclone. Rana gonna use the Stone Form here, so that's another cooldown forced by NG Blue, but they do survive for now.
Yeah, this Warlock is playing very well. He's got full dots on Raikou, full dots on Minpoike. This is supporting Kavi very well. If he can get another row of dots on Zuniaki, Minpoike will struggle. He doesn't have Avenging Wrath. He may even need to bubble. Kavi is just relentless. Zuni's trying to off-heal him, but he's spending so much time healing instead of doing damage. He's constantly having to flash heal Minpoike. Minpoike's holding Kavi down here like they want to set up an attack on him, but Kavi has his Trinket. He'd be more than willing to have an attack on himself. It'll allow him to stay aggressive. He actually locks Minpoike on his heal. Minpoike could just go down. He's down at 20%, barely bubbling in time here. Now Rana needs to be careful. Zuniaki wants to set up on him. If he lands the full fear here, they're just going to go for the kill. Rana has no trinket. He needs to be peeled right now. They dispel the Horrify, but now he's caught into a stun. Nobody can peel. Zuniaki fears the entire team. How are they going to stay alive? Nice Shadow Fury out from the Warlock. Gives Rana enough breathing room to connect that Spirit Link to his team. Now they're bringing the aggression towards Minpoike. Minpoike's ready for it, though. He's already deflecting it with his Avenging Wrath, but Barbie Girl, the Warlock, is playing this smart. He has a Dark Soul charge. One charge, he's saving it, waiting to use it when Minpoike's Avenging Wrath falls off.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play there by Barbie Girl, both offensively and defensively. The Shadow Fury did save Tanner's life. If it wasn't for that Shadow Fury, they would have just silenced to follow up. He had no Stone Form, no Trinket. He would have died before the Spirit Link. Now, Minpoike used his wings offensively on that last setup, so this Demon Soul is going to do so much work. Another swap onto Tanner. He does have the Trinket, but no Spirit Links available. I'd just like to see him Trinket out of this one, to be honest. His team's so far ahead. They don't have the silence to follow up, though, so maybe he's just going to be okay here. He's being so greedy. The Windmill comes out, double death. Not quite going to finish him off. He does connect the heals onto himself, but now Troublem, they need to get offensive. They do have the trinkets available. Cavi used his to peel, but Rana has his. We'll have a Spirit Link for the next setup. Also, Minpoike dropping low. No wings for 20 seconds. He's in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, he decides to trinket out of that stun. Cavi's looking to Cyclone him, but Minpoike stops it with that rebuke. Now he's line of sighting him. Zuniaki pulled back with Minpoike as well. They could set up a kill on Cavi. Cavi has no trinket. I'd really like to see them abuse that since he's so far in, but they're going to go after Rana again, I think. Maybe they're using the Horrify for CC. No, they do decide to follow it up with that Fist of Justice. Trinket and Spirit Link just became available, so they can trade that out and go aggressive. Minpoike needs to be ready for that. Pops the Avenging Wrath, keeps his team going. Rana's being greedy, does decide to trinket in those last seconds, but unfortunately Cavi wasn't able to get into that Spirit Link. He's going to be still kind of low on health. He's trying to get some healing surges out to fix that situation. Silence isn't going to be available for Zuniaki for quite some time, so they're going to switch targets instead. Go after the Warlock. They've managed to get his Dark Regeneration with no CC. That is a critical opening. They might be able to burst him down here in the next setup, but it's a very scary moment for Minpoike as his Avenging Wrath falls off. Good Cyclones out from Cavi. That's going to deny any healing. Full stun to Minpoike. I'd really like to see a Cyclone here from Cavi onto Minpoike. They might be able to just kill Zuni or Raikou. It doesn't look like Cavi wants to go for it. Now trying to look for it, but Minpoike should be able to. He doesn't line of sight it. He wasn't able to. And now Raikou's going to rot down. Zuni's going to rot down. They had to defensively defreeze Cavi, but they're setting up a kill onto Rana. Rana's going to need so much help. Who is going to save him? Barbie Girl trinkets out. He rebuffs, trying to give him a little bit of extra stamina. Cavi's trying to peel with some Cyclones. I think he faked the counterspell. He needs more help. He needs help now. The silence. He's still in front of the silence, but it's not enough. The help comes in way too late, and Northern Gaming Blue take game number 2.
Yep, another convincing game from NG Blue. You'd actually thought Troublem had lived long enough to win this one. Cavi's second incarnation came up, which is normally the point where the Shadow kind of falls so far behind, but Minpoike did such a great job. He was always able to line up his wings for some offensive cooldowns on the side.
I'd only take one Riptide to make the difference between surviving and not surviving. So the Cyclone was interrupted by Raikou, and they didn't have a fear to follow it up. Now instead, they're deciding to play Jungle Cleave into Northern Gaming Blue's Shatter play. Interesting. I guess they want to just play their more comfort classes, but I'm not entirely sure if this matchup's even favorable for them. It might be even at best.
Yeah, I think the Jungle Cleave does have certainly a reasonable chance against the Shadow play, but like you say, it's not an easy matchup by any means. We'll see Raikou, he just pops his Icy Veins instantly. The offensive bop coming up from Minpoike, that's pretty standard practice for the Paladins, just to exchange that out for the first set of crows. He actually gets locked after the purge, so he's going to fall slightly behind him. Might have to trade out that wing soon, but at the same time, Cavi dropping so low. Trinkets uses the wall, the double fair, beautiful from Zuniaki. Cavi's doing a really good job of peeling himself though, but it might not be enough. He's casting the healing touch, gets locked out by Raikou. Eflux really needs to get out of this.
They're going to regional.
He goes down. Trinkets into the DR Silence. Zuniaki instant on that re-CC, and that's going to kill off Cavi. That's going to secure NG Blue's spot at regionals. Cavi still at the second wall. It's just they fell too far behind in the two FLS games. I respect the jungle